It's that time of the week, everyone. Game picks time. And we got off to an amazing start to the playoffs last weekend, and I actually got every game right on the AFC side. But if we take a look at my record, it was my worst week by far. And that upset pick of Washington beating the Bucs did not pan out for me, and the Rams did prove me wrong. And I'm going to be honest, I can't look at this record anymore, so we got to get right to the picks. And speaking of the Rams, they kick off the playoffs this Saturday by taking on the Green Bay Packers. But they're going in a little banged up with Goff being hurt and Aaron Donald being hurt. And plus, playing in the cold doesn't help those injuries. And the Packers, they're healthy, but it's going to be a big matchup of Donald and the two linemen that block him, and Devontae Adams and Jalen Ramsey. So Packer fans have to look for guys like Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Tanyan, and Allen Lazard to step up. And while I think it will be a close, tight defensive game against the number one defense, I think the Packers pull it out in the cold, and they go on to the NFC Championship, beating the Rams 23-17. And in our Saturday night matchup, we have the Buffalo Bills hosting the Baltimore Ravens. And these are some great playoffs. The Bills, they are an elite offense. If it wasn't for Rodgers here, I personally would pick Josh Allen as my MVP. But he's going up against the current MVP in Lamar Jackson, and he finally got his first playoff win, and they're not looking too bad. But the Bills' defense, which is normally their strength, has been looking a little shaky. And I think just like in Green Bay, the weather plays a huge factor in Buffalo. And Lamar even said he's a little nervous to play in the snow, but he has nothing to worry about because the Bills, well, they're going to help him send him to a warmer place like down in Florida because they get the upset win and put the Ravens away 36-30. And now we're going to move on to the Sunday matchups with the Cleveland Browns taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is an interesting game. The Chiefs, they kind of sputtered to the end of the regular season, and the Browns coming off an emotional playoff win against the Steelers, but struggled to score in the second half. Now, I do think this is actually going to be a little bit of a back and forth game with a lot of lead changes, and there might be tight at the end. It might come down to a lot tighter game than this, but I think in the end, experience does matter. And all that playoff experience the Chiefs have under Mahomes and Andy Reid comes into effect as they beat the Browns 33-24. And last but certainly not least, it is Brady Breeze, the trilogy. And it's hard for anyone to beat a team 3 times, but if there's a team that's built to do it, it is the Saints. The Bucs O-line is a little suspect, and they have the pass rushers Cam Jordan and Trey Hendrickson to worry about. But Tampa Bay, they got Brady and 3 number 1 receivers in Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Antonio Brown. So that's a little bit of a saving grace. But either way, beating a team 3 times in a row will be hard to do, but round 3 is going to be a heck of a game to watch. And per the words of my friend Tyree Smith, the Saints move on, beating the Bucs 30-20. And taking a look at the bracket, the top 2 seeds from both sides are headed to the championships. Not too surprising, but it is another rematch for the Saints as they take on the Packers. And this time they're looking to avenge a loss instead of preventing one. And as we look on the AFC side, the Bills and the Chiefs, well, I don't want to get too much into it, but next weekend is going to be nothing short of an offensive show of firepower.